Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Huey. I'm a Diamond 1 support player, and I'm going to give you my honest review of Overwatch 2 since the game's come out. This is going to include the good, the bad, and what they can do to fix the game in the future. So with that being said, let's get going. So when we talk about the good, we're going to look at the 5v5 format. Makes the game a lot more fun, and it feels more fast-paced. Contrary to like the 6v6 with the GOATS format we saw in Overwatch 1. It makes the tanks feel, well, tanky. The lack of shields to shoot through really makes the game feel fresh and feels like the DPS can actually feel the impact they're bringing to the game and to the other matches they play. It forces teams to have better target priority when it comes to punishing teams for their supports being off by themselves and or not protected. If you don't kill the supports, you're not going to kill the tank. It's that simple. A single player can carry pretty hard in this game. However, it's a lot less carry heavy than the last game. It's very team based. The new maps are really fun, and they're a great idea to make the game feel fresh and new. Well, as new as the game can feel. They added in a new game mode as well. I think is kind of fun, very team fight dependent. However, you could lose the entire game and win one team fight and snowball the rest of the match. So, may not be the best for competitive play. Sometimes it turns into a team deathmatch with an objective to fight over, but it's still a lot of fun. They added in two new heroes, a support and a DPS. Sojourn, the new DPS in the game, in my opinion, completely overpowered and needs to be nerfed pretty hard, but I'll touch on that later. She's got a railgun, which can one-tap squishies, and you can see in the gameplay in the background, that's exactly what's happening. It has no drop-off, it has no movement penalty. It is just absolutely broken, and she's a lot of fun to play. She's so much fun. When we talk about the other new support hero, it's Kiriko. She's also super fun to play. Great cinematic, by the way. If you guys are fans of those, you should go check it out. It's new and it's awesome. She has an amazing kit, and she brings a breath of fresh air into the game. She flanks into the back line, and she can almost one-tap most squishy heroes in the game with her kunai. It's a lot of fun, and then she has a teleport ability where she can get back to her teammates, and she's got a cleanse, which makes some things like on a sleep and her bio grenade almost useless. But we'll touch on that later again. The game is fun. You know, if you take a large break between Overwatch 1 and 2, this game should feel very fresh and new to you. And I haven't had this much fun on a video game in a really long time. And it's very reminiscent of when I first got hooked on Overwatch in 2016. I found myself staying up really late with friends just to play this game and always hitting them with the just one more, or we play until we win. We never win. But that's not the game's problem. That's just because we're bad at the game. Now, this is where things get a bit dicey, and Blizzard may not like this too much. The game has zero progression system. All right. Let's just get that out of the way right now. I mean, seriously, playing the game feels so meaningless outside of leveling up the battle pass. The lack of progression makes me want to play other games. I find myself craving that dopamine hit of seeing the numbers and ranking up, and I'm sick and tired of worrying about ranking up the battle pass, because if you play enough, you finish it pretty quickly. The rank system sucks. It's terrible. I mean, it's awful. You get 7 wins to rank up, or get a new rank, 20 losses or draws to get a new rank. The problem is, I don't know how many losses I have. I mean, seriously, how hard is it to tell me how many losses I have? You have no idea what SR you are. You take everything from Apex, and you bring it over here, with ranks being from 1 to 5, 5 being the lowest end of the tier, 1 being the highest. What do you want me to do here? Like, I can't see what I actually am. I mean, I'm having to guess where my actual SR rank is. The matchmaking itself, terrible. I find myself in diamond games against masters players, and yet someone on my team will end up being plat or gold. When I was in platinum, we would play with silver players. I don't get it. Make it make sense. You can see all the other Overwatch YouTubers post stuff about it all the time, how they have no idea how these people end up in their games, yet they're there. It just doesn't make much sense, and it's got to be fixed. The microtransactions. If you're on Twitter, that's all you see is people chastising them for microtransactions, and they're right to do it. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable, and they're downright predatory at this point. So the new Kiriko Witch skin for the Halloween event comes out. You have to buy the bundle. You have to buy the bundle. They want $25 for it. It's a skin with a title, a weapon charm, and an emote with, like, I think a highlight intro. But it's just absolutely unreal. They want $25 for that when I just want to pay for the skin. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, there was a tweet that I may try to find it and put it up on the screen, where you could buy a Pachimari like keychain in real life, and it was cheaper than buying the weapon charm in the game. I mean, seriously? That doesn't make me want to do anything on your game. Secondly, they went with the battle pass system. Now, I don't hate battle passes. I think they've kind of like become a standard at this point in gaming. It's not a huge deal. However, I do have a problem with them locking content behind that. The next hero coming out in season 2 is locked behind tier 55 for free battle pass people. If you buy the premium version, you get them right off rip though. But if you don't want to pay the $10 for the battle pass, you've got to wait till tier 55 to get him. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that we're going to have to sit here and wait to get heroes if you don't want to pay the $10 to get the battle pass. Absolutely absurd. They got rid of maps. They got rid of, the 2CP maps. They're not in rotation. You can like kind of play them, but they're not in rotation for like actual gameplay. I get it. As a community as a whole, we didn't like 2CP. However, suck it up. Maybe don't put it in comp. But Hanamura was fun. Volskaya, fun. Just maybe not in a comp setting. I can see the issues there. The Halloween event was terrible. It was awful. It's the same thing. It was the same event that we played in Overwatch 1, and they just added a different part of the map with 4 new heroes. That's all it was. You couldn't even earn skins. You had to buy all of them because they got rid of loot boxes. So you could not earn a single Halloween skin without having to fork over $20 for it. That's ridiculous. A huge issue. Sojourn. Like I said, she's so much fun to play. Oh my god, she's so busted. It's to the point where if you're playing in higher elo and you don't run a Sojourn, you lose. If they run a Sojourn and you don't, you lose. GG, end of story. Hope you go back to the lobby and have a great time. I mean, I just don't get it. She's played in every single Overwatch League game. She has to be nerfed. She has to be nerfed. Even a little bit, she's got to be touched up. It's absolutely ridiculous. Alright, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to kind of make this short, sweet, and simple. What can save this game? The core gameplay is still a lot of fun, fast-paced, and I think the longevity behind it can go the distance if they take the right steps to keep it alive. The first thing that needs to be done is there's got to be a progression system, or they're going to lose players faster than any of their other games that didn't have a good progression system. Heroes of the Storm, you ever heard of it? No, because it sucked. It was terrible. It was hidden behind a paywall and no progression system. The devs have to work on buffing and nerfing the right characters. They're nerfing Genji but not touching Sojourn because she's not viable in lower ranks. That's not how buffing and nerfing characters work. That's not how it happens. It's not how it should happen. They need to buff her on an entire basis and listen to the players themselves instead of thinking what they think is right. They've got to fix the rank system. I think if they fix the rank system, add a better progression system, and really work on nerfing and buffing the right characters for a good balance, this game could feel great again. I mean, I could really feel like classic Overwatch. And I think it could draw a huge crowd, and tons more people will play it. It'll be awesome. But that's all my thoughts I have for the game so far. I will update you guys as it goes with more nerfs, buffs, yada yada yada. If you want to see more gameplay or you guys like my content, link to my socials will be below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Have a good night.